Hi Stan.
Aye.
Thanks so much for doing this for us this evening.
That's okay.
Can you tell me and the viewers watching this a little bit about yourself and how you came to love so much the Manchester United team?
Well, I was born in Manchester. I grew up in Newton Heath, where Manchester United first started. I was in Manchester, Newton Heath. I'd come out of a Briscoe Lane school in Newton Heath when the news came through about the plane crash on February the 6th, 1958. I remember running down the road to my auntie's house to see the news because we didn't even have a telly in those days. But Newton Heath was where I lived, and my dad used to take me from being a boy of 8 years old to watch United. And I've grown up loving Man United ever since.
Great. Can you tell us in your own words, Stan, why poetry, why Man United, and why now?
Why poetry? That's a good question. I liked poetry in school, and I could even recite some of the great poets even now, Wordsworth and Milton. And I've written a lot of poetry, and I've always put in a little bit of comedy, and I've written poems for people for their wives' anniversaries or birthdays, and asking them for information, and then I've written a poem for them, and people always said to me, "Stan, these are great, you should get these published." But I always thought, well, I don't really want to write poems about other people's wives necessarily. What can I write about? What can I write about? And then it struck me, Man United. I've been going to watch them since I was a little boy. I know everything, or most things there is to know about Man United. I love them. And I thought, I'll write poems about Man United. I'll write a book of poetry about Man United. It's unique, no one's ever done it before.
And why now?
Well, it's all coming together now. I've written poems. I started I wrote half a dozen poems, and I sent them to Sir Alex Ferguson and a few other people at Old Trafford. The only one I got a reply back was the great man himself, Sir Alex. And he wrote back to me and said how he loved the poems and how they reminded him of some wonderful memories of some of the great games. And he's even now written a foreword which I've used in the front of the book.
Fantastic.
What was the rest of the question? What was that it? Oh,
that was it.
Right.
Why now, basically? Which you've answered that perfectly.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have any more plans for the books? Or plans for more books, even?
Well, I've written one book and it's been published, but it's now coming to the end. It's come out of print. We've almost sold out in just a few short months, just 2 or 3 months, and we've sold out. So there's going to be a reprint. We've changed it slightly. We've added a few more poems, and it's going to be in line with Sir Alex Ferguson's 25th anniversary. It's going to be called Man United Poetry in Motion, the Sir Alex Ferguson 25th anniversary edition, and it's going to be a limited edition. So we're hoping this will come out in the next few weeks, and it's going to sell all over the place.
And can we look forward to more books in the future, even after the second one?
Well, yeah, you see, Man United keep winning. So they keep winning things, they keep winning trophies, they keep winning cups. So there's always more to write about.
Fabulous.
So who knows how long it can go on for.
So what's your ultimate goal for your books?
Well, my ultimate goal. I've sold a lot of this first book locally. It's gone very, very well locally. But Man United have got 130 million fans worldwide. So I would like people to read my book from other countries, from all over the world, from England, from America, from Europe.
You researched a lot of information. It's easy and clear to see reading these books and listening to you talking about the books and listening to the poems. You've researched information on a huge amount of past and present Man United footballers. Who's your man of the match?
Who's my man of the match? What a question. There's been so many. Cantona, Ronaldo, Rooney, just recently. But I think, being of my generation, I think I would go back to the 60s. I mean, I even watched the pre-Munich team. I watched the great Duncan Edwards. But I grew up with the Holy Trinity, Law, Best and Charlton. And I think that Bobby Charlton would be my man of the match. Great player, played with such grace, always seemed to make room for himself. If somebody fouled him, he just shrugged and carried on. He was never booked. Well, he was booked once, but the ref rescinded it at the end of the match because he realised he'd made a mistake. He was never fined, never suspended, never sent off. If somebody fouled him, he just shrugged and carried on. He was that kind of a man, and he's that kind of a player. And he's possibly the most loved footballer ever. He's my man of the match, Bobby Charlton.
Thank you, Stan, and good luck with the next book.
Thank you.